Hi, I'm so happy to be here with you again, and I'm Gina Tabrizi, licensed marriage and family therapist. I have 34 and a half years experience, and I'm doing these talks as a public service to educate, to inspire, and hopefully those of you who are seeking help or looking for help gives you an opportunity to see what it might be like to speak to a therapist and stay open-minded about that. Some of the things that we struggle with is staying open to the possibility of new things and to change. Change seems to be really hard for most of us, me included. I really have a tough time when something's going to change. My initial response to it is kind of like panic, and then I kind of settle into the idea that, there must be a reason for this. And as I was thinking about change, particularly over this week, and those of you who are anywhere near a TV or radio or any kind of media also are understanding that we're kind of in a pandemic of change right now, given the circumstances that are happening out in the world. So we are experiencing this virus, and I don't want to give it too much power and keep calling it out by name, but in this epidemic of change, because a lot of us are in fear and anxiety about it, I started to think about how we limit ourselves, And this talk is going to be about don't limit yourself. We limit ourselves by the ways that we speak, and the first person that listens to you and the first ears that hear you are your own. So when you start to speak to yourself in words of defeat and frustration and negativity and criticism and fear and panic, you're sending a signal directly to your brain to accept that information as truth, even if it's not true, because your emotions are not fact. They're an experience that allows you either to create more joy and passion and wonderful, experiences in your life. You enhance those things. But with negativity and negative thoughts, you actually deplete joy right out of your life. You suck the life right out of it. So I want you to think about how you're speaking to yourself and how today you can focus on not limiting yourself with your own words. What you state, and if you state to yourself words of affirmation, words of positivity, words of strength, words of courage, words of bravery, words of honor, and words of respect, your brain will accept those directly, and then your brain starts to program you to take action on these words. So if I wake up every morning and I say, my God, you are amazing, and you inspire people, and you're a beacon of health, and you're a beacon of hope, then I will walk out into the world and I will start taking actions that emulate that thought process. Does that make sense to you? Take a minute to kind of digest that. But if I wake up every morning and speak words of negativity, criticism, self-doubt, self-deprecating, judgment, then what starts to happen is I walk out into the world with this pessimistic view myself, and then that will bleed over every interaction that I have out in the world with everyone that comes into contact with me. And soon you will find yourself very isolated and very alone, saying, why can't I make friends? Why can't I get that job that I've always wanted? Why can't I keep a relationship? Why do my children reject me? Why doesn't anybody show up when I need them to show up? See, you've created a template in your brain, and your brain is like a super-powered computer that accepts the information that you type into it. So if you type into it defeat, your brain accepts defeat. I'm asking you to begin to reprogram that. And if you think that you can't, then try it. Try it for a few days and see what difference does it make if I wake up in the morning and I walk into every interaction with everyone that I meet at my work and my home and my friends at the grocery store, and I speak with words of favor, words of power, words of joy, words of kindness, and words of compassion. When you begin to do that, you're going to see a trickle effect, because what you put out into the universe does come back to you. Please believe me and trust that, because I've seen it over and over and over again in my life. I happen to be a cancer thriver, and I say that because people kind of proclaim that they are cancer survivors, and that's a very, common term to use. And I think it's a beautiful thing, because I am that too, so far, right? But I say cancer thriver because since cancer, what it's done, it's amplified my gratitude towards my life, towards my skills, towards my ability to connect with people, towards my family, towards my friendships, towards my work, towards my clients, and towards you. These people that I'm creating a relationship with on social media, this began for me because I got cancer. I was limiting myself by speaking words of fear. What do you have to share? Who's going to listen to you? Why do you need to talk? Why does it matter? Why are you pushing yourself? And that was my dialogue prior to taking this leap of faith to join the social media movement and to put myself out there as a person that has something to share that's of hope and inspiration, experience and guidance. And so I took cancer and I decided to accept it as a lesson to teach me to stop limiting myself. I could have taken it with every negative bone in my body and every word that I spoke to myself. I could have said, oh my God, look at me. What's happened now? Why is this happening to me? What have I done wrong? Why doesn't God watch over me? You know, there's so many of you that have had bad things happen to you that know this dialogue that I'm speaking and probably have allowed yourself to go pretty far into it. I want you to think of this right now. Don't limit your circumstance by your dialogue. All of us will have situations and circumstances where we struggle, where we experience pain, where we are hurt, where something that we care about that's precious to us is taken from us, where we will lose. And that is just a condition of being a human being. There is no other reason to look at it other than I'm a human, and as I am human, I too will fail, I too will have struggles, I too will experience pain. So just know that, and don't speak to yourself in words that state, this is happening to me because I'm bad, or I did something wrong in my past, or I'm shameful, or I'm a terrible person, or I never get opportunities, or I'm just not lucky. Honest to God, that's not the truth. The truth is that all of us will go through these experiences, and how we deal with it in that moment can change us forever. We can take a horrible situation like cancer and turn it into an opportunity to grow in love and gratitude and compassion. And I believe that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm speaking to you. Cancer gave me that gift, so I will always say I'm a thriver, not just a survivor. So today, I want you to be a thriver in your life. I want you to take life on life's terms. I want you to think about how you're speaking to yourself. And I want you to start speaking words of encouragement, speaking words of kindness, speaking words of compassion, speaking words of strength, of hope, and of power. And so you can do that today by simply saying, instead of getting up in the morning and going, oh my God, I have to go to work again, is to say, I am so grateful that I have a job to go to that provides for me the things that I need to nourish myself and to keep a roof over my head. And when it is time and I am ready, and I am ready to accept something better, I will launch into something better. But for today, I'm grateful for this job. For today, I'm grateful for my family, for my relationships, for the people that show up for me, for the people that love me. And take it even a step further and just say, I'm grateful for breathing. I'm grateful that I woke up today. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for the sun that rises and sets, and the moon that rises and sets. So these are things you've heard. These are not earth-shattering concepts, but I'm saying them to you in small little bites that you can take in and that you can understand from someone who not only does this, but I practice what I preach. I do this on a daily basis, and trust me, it's 90% of the time, it's the only way I can get through my day with the challenges that face me and have faced me in my past and will continue to face me in my future. So just for today, try to speak to yourself. Don't limit yourself. Speak to yourself words of kindness and compassion only. And every time you hear that negative self-doubt and that judgment, just turn it off like it's a radio and you're turning the volume down, or it's a terrible phone call or a ring, a horrible ringtone on your phone, and turn it off. You have the ability to do that, and only you can do that. No one can do that for you. And I guarantee you that that will begin to change the course of your life one day at a time. I thank you for being here with me today, and I can't wait to see you soon.